In 1996, America woke up to a nightmare that still hasn't ended. A 6-year-old beauty queen was found dead in the basement of her own home. Her name was JonBenét Ramsey, and her case would become one of the most debated, divided, and disturbing mysteries in U.S. history. But this is not just a story about a crime. It's a story about truth versus perception, justice versus spectacle, and how an entire nation can disagree on what really happened. Was this the work of a cold, calculating intruder? Or did the danger come from inside the house? Why was the ransom note so long, written inside the home? Why were crucial crime scene rules broken by police on the very first day? Why did the media turn a murdered child into a public trial without a verdict? Some believe the family was protected by wealth and influence. Others believe they were victims, not only of a crime, but of suspicion, headlines, and irreversible public judgment. Evidence points in multiple directions. DNA tells one story, behavior tells another. And decades later, experts still argue over the same questions, with no final answer. What happens when a case becomes too famous to solve? When theories matter more than facts? When public opinion becomes stronger than evidence? This case shattered trust in the justice system. It exposed flaws in media ethics. And it forces us to ask a terrifying question. Do we want the truth, or the story that feels right? Tonight, we revisit the JonBenét Ramsey case, not to give you answers, but to confront the questions America still can't agree on. And once you hear them, you won't be able to look away. The Ramsey family seemed to have it all: a grand home in Boulder, Colorado, wealth, and a close-knit family. John Ramsey was a successful businessman. Patsy, a former beauty queen, was a devoted mother. Their daughter JonBenét, just 6, was the star of child beauty pageants, winning titles and captivating audiences with her charm. Photos of JonBenét in pageant costumes became iconic. Some saw innocence, others saw something troubling. The Ramseys were active in their community, known for their generosity and social gatherings. Christmas 1996 was filled with joy, presents, and plans for a family trip. JonBenét, the cherished daughter, had just received a new bicycle. But beneath the surface, a darkness was about to shatter their world. In the early hours after Christmas, the fairy tale ended in horror. A shadow crept into the Ramsey home, setting off a chain of events that would haunt the family and captivate the nation. The story of JonBenét Ramsey was about to begin, not as a pageant queen, but as the center of one of America's most enduring mysteries. The perfect image of the Ramseys would soon be replaced by suspicion, grief, and endless questions. The little girl in the spotlight would become a symbol of innocence lost, and the world would never look at the Ramsey family, or their quiet neighborhood, the same way again. December 26, 1996 began with Patsy Ramsey's frantic 911 call. "We have a kidnapping!" She'd found a 3-page ransom note on the back staircase, demanding $118,000 for JonBenét's safe return. The note warned not to call police, but Patsy did so immediately, a decision that would be endlessly scrutinized. Police arrived to chaos. Friends, family, and neighbors flooded the house, contaminating the scene. The ransom note's instructions to await a call between 8 and 10 a.m. went unfulfilled. The phone never rang. As hours passed, hope faded and fear grew. The Ramseys' home, once filled with holiday cheer, became a crime scene clouded by confusion. Investigators struggled to secure evidence as people moved freely through the house. The initial hours were a blur of panic, mistakes, and missed opportunities. The idea of a simple kidnapping unraveled as the morning dragged on. The family's nightmare deepened with every unanswered question. The police and FBI waited for a call that never came. By afternoon, the sense of dread was overwhelming. The hope of JonBenét's safe return was slipping away. With no ransom call, Detective Arndt asked John Ramsey to search the house again. John and a friend went to the basement, where John discovered JonBenét's lifeless body in a small, windowless room. She was covered by a blanket, with duct tape over her mouth and a cord around her neck. John carried her upstairs, further contaminating the scene. The horror was immediate and total. The missing child had been in the house all along. The case shifted instantly from kidnapping to murder. Police and paramedics arrived, but it was too late. The crime scene was now hopelessly compromised. The family's grief was raw, but so was the confusion and chaos. The question was no longer, where is JonBenét, but who killed her? Suspicion began to turn inward. The tragedy had only just begun to unfold. The ransom note became the case's most baffling clue. Written on Patsy's notepad with a pen from the house, it was unusually long and detailed. The demand, $118,000, matched John's recent bonus, suggesting intimate knowledge of the family. The note was filled with movie quotes and odd phrases, raising doubts about its authenticity. Handwriting analysis was inconclusive. Some saw similarities to Patsy, others did not. Was it a genuine ransom note, or a staged attempt to mislead investigators? The note's existence pointed both to an intruder and to someone inside the house. It became a symbol of the case's contradictions. Every word was scrutinized, but no clear answers emerged. The note remains a riddle at the heart of the mystery. From the moment JonBenét's body was found, suspicion fell on her family. Many doubted an intruder could have committed the crime unnoticed. Police quickly focused on John, Patsy, and even 9-year-old Burke. Theories swirled. Did Patsy accidentally kill JonBenét in a moment of anger? Was Burke involved in a tragic accident? Supporters of these theories pointed to the ransom note, the crime scene, and the family's behavior. The Ramseys denied any involvement, insisting an intruder was responsible. They hired lawyers and private investigators and took their case to the media. Public opinion split. Were they grieving parents or hiding a terrible secret? The family's every move was analyzed and criticized. The investigation became a battle of narratives. The Ramseys' insistence on their innocence only deepened the divide. The case became as much about perception as evidence. The family lived under a cloud of suspicion that never fully lifted. The truth remained elusive, lost in a maze of theories and accusations. Despite suspicion on the family, the intruder theory persisted. Evidence suggested someone else could have entered: an open basement window, a broken grate, an unidentified boot print. Most compelling was unknown male DNA found on JonBenét's clothing. None matched the Ramseys. The family argued police ignored these leads, focusing only on them. Investigators chased numerous suspects: a local electrician, the family's Santa Claus, area sex offenders. Each lead fizzled, leaving the intruder theory unresolved. In 2006, John Mark Carr confessed, but his DNA didn't match, and his story fell apart. The case returned to square one, the shadowy figure still faceless. The intruder theory offered hope of answers, but only deepened the mystery. The evidence pointed in two directions at once. Was the killer inside the house, or did evil slip in from outside? The question haunted investigators and the public alike. The truth remained just out of reach. The JonBenét Ramsey case became a media sensation overnight. The story had everything: a beautiful child, a wealthy family, a shocking crime. News outlets covered every detail, often blurring fact and speculation. The Ramseys were put on trial in the court of public opinion. Patsy was painted as a pushy pageant mom. John, a distant father. Leaks and rumors dominated headlines, fueling endless debate. The family hired PR experts, trying to control the narrative. The media's relentless coverage polarized the public Team Ramsey or Team Intruder. The investigation suffered under the weight of constant scrutiny. Misinformation spread, making truth harder to find. The real victim, JonBenét, was often lost in the noise. The case became entertainment, not just tragedy. The media circus left lasting scars on everyone involved. Decades later, the JonBenét Ramsey case remains unsolved. The initial investigation was marred by chaos, evidence contaminated, the crime scene compromised. Police and the Ramseys distrusted each other, leading to missed opportunities and parallel investigations. Every clue seemed to point in two directions: the ransom note to the family, the DNA to an intruder. The evidence never added up to a clear answer. No confession, no eyewitness, no definitive proof ever emerged. The DNA, once seen as the key, only deepened the mystery. The case became a perfect stalemate. Every theory had a counterpoint. The truth was buried under layers of doubt and contradiction. Without new evidence, the case remains frozen in time. JonBenét's story is a haunting reminder of justice denied. The questions linger, unanswered and perhaps unanswerable. The mystery endures, as compelling and confounding as ever. JonBenét Ramsey's murder changed America. It shattered the illusion of safety in affluent neighborhoods. The case became a cautionary tale for parents and police alike. Law enforcement learned hard lessons about securing crime scenes. The media's role was scrutinized, sparking debates about ethics and responsibility. Parents grew more vigilant, homes more fortified. The innocence of a bygone era was lost. The case left a legacy of fear and caution. JonBenét's name became synonymous with tragedy and mystery. The failure to solve her murder stands as a warning. The story has no heroes, only victims. The sense of unease lingers decades later. JonBenét remains a symbol of innocence lost, and a mystery that may never be solved.